It's Q Rose, and we back again on sports, man. All right. They've been talking about who's the new face of the NBA. Who's it going to be? Now, with the old heads coming to an end, LeBron clearly not being the best player on his team, clearly. Steph being still great, but 37, and shoot, it's been LeBron and Steph for years. I mean, Kawhi never got healthy enough to make it to the top of the NBA as far as the face of the league. That was always a health question. Outside of that, you know, it's interesting to see who they have. When they say face of the league, they clearly mean American face of the league. Because if they didn't, why wouldn't SGA be the face of the league? He just won a championship. He just got MVP. No one's even considering him a little bit, in my opinion, to be a face of the league. He's not that guy. I mean, he just won a championship MVP, but everyone likes Anthony Edwards. It's American. I think he's gotten to the point where the face of the league should have two faces at this point. Um, I mean, Steph and LeBron carried that torch. Kobe and LeBron carried that torch. I feel like they both. It was one or the other. You know, Jordan had his singular moment. It was just him face the league. Before him, it was Bird and Magic. I feel like it's always been two, except for when Jordan made his run. That's why Jordan is the greatest. I'm not gonna sit up here and debate. LeBron fans. LeBron was my favorite player for a long time. Um, Jordan had a greater impact on winning. Um, but the face of the league should be should be one American and one somebody else. Now they had the All Star game, USA versus everybody else. It's gotten to that point where it's like, yeah, it needs to be USA versus the world. So if we're doing it that way, the clear front runners, it's not even close. The clear front runners, the Americans, Anthony Edwards, and the world, Victor Wembanyama. That's the people's choice. I mean, I think the the winner circle choice is definitely Joker's the best player in the league, but they don't want Joker. People don't want Joker. He doesn't check enough of the boxes. The same situation like Tim Duncan. Had a great impact on winning, but didn't check all of the superstar face of the NBA, boxes. Um, Anthony Edwards. It's been a couple Western Conference Finals, but if he was in the position that Shea Gilchrist Alexander is in right now, then it wouldn't even be a question that Anthony Edwards would be the face of the league. But he's not. SGA is just he's not American because I mean he's still North American, which is weird when they start saying the Euro. I didn't watch Gil's Arenas. They say the Euros top five players of Euros, and they bring up SGA. I'm like, SGA is Canadian. That's not American, but it's North American. Let's not forget. But it's simple as day. It's Anthony Edwards is who the people want, but he's got to win a championship, an MVP. I mean, champions. Americans love championships. Skills, skills are cool, but it's like Tim Tebow. It's like he won. He didn't even have to be super skilled throwing the ball. He won championships. America, if you winning, America don't even care if you cheat. Tom Brady, Tom Brady and the Patriots. Ain't nothing more American than Tom Brady winning championships. I mean, whether you cheat or not, it don't make no difference. Winning is the ultimate thing. That's why Jordan been the best forever. America loves championships. So it's hard to let Anthony Edwards be the face of the NBA and he hasn't won a championship. In my opinion, don't like he's going to win a championship. Not no time soon, at least. Um, so I mean, I would like for him to be the face. It would be cool to have him. He checks all the boxes except for the championship box. He don't even need to be an MVP. He wins one championship, clear new face of the NBA. Same thing with Wemby. Those things. I mean, Jason Tatum, he had a chance, but people, I be around a lot of people, man. The people unanimously like Anthony Edwards, man. I I feel like he has the young people the way Ja Morant had the young people, but he doesn't it doesn't seem like it's an issue with the older people with his form or type of disrespect that he has with other players or other figures. Um, it's just different. So Anthony Edwards is just a much different. Some people just have it. That's what they mean by the it factor. Some people have it, and some people don't. Anthony Edwards has it. Um, I there's a couple other people who it seems like the people are getting behind. Um, the Mavericks have Cooper Flag, and the people clearly see this guy as somebody that they want to be a face of the league coming in the upcoming years. I mean, was he like seven? He's like 8 years younger than SGA, So he has in 8 years, if he wins the championship, I can see that being a thing. Um, who knows what rebuilding stage they might be in though? Con Knipple's still great. I don't think Con Kniple has it. He's a great player, but people it seems like they want to see somebody like Coop be the next face of the league in the upcoming years to come. So it's kind of hard to see which one to be better right now. I think Coop has the edge with his style of play. Um, I think that's going to impact. I think the winning impact is going to make a difference in that in the future. And who's close to winning? I mean, being in the East makes Con Kniple a little closer just by proximity. But Cooper Flag, who knows with next year coming about? So I had somebody asking me, should they trade Kyrie Irving? And at first I was like, yeah, we don't know this timeline or whatever. If they got rid of Anthony Davis, need to get rid of Kyrie. That was what I was saying. That's what I was saying for months. And then the trade happened, and I started looking at Anthony Davis gone, and I started looking at the pieces that the Mavericks have, and I'm like, yo, Mavericks have lost more clutch games than anybody in the whole NBA. They lose close games all the time because they don't have a closer. It's not that they don't have the talent; they get to proximity. It just when they get there, their best player is been an 18, 19-year old. And the Mavericks haven't played this year. They haven't played Kyrie Irving. That's last year numbers best closer, best fourth quarter point guy. I mean, arguably one of the best closers to ever play this game. So you get rid of Kyrie for what? I've heard several people say it from Gillis Arenas to Kendrick Perkins. So I'm saying getting rid of Kyrie is the move. And I'm like, it's the move if the Mavericks are nowhere near close to being contenders. And I don't think the Mavericks are as far away from being contenders as people think they are. I mean, Mavericks kind of stacked at every position except for the position that they need. Cooper Flag, it's all on if the jump that Cooper Flag makes next year. Now we saw when Luka Doncic was in Dallas, we saw Luka go from 20 points a game his rookie year, jump to 29 with damn near a triple double. Now I don't know if Coop gonna have that type of jump, but Coop right now is as good as Luka was his first year in the NBA. It's gotten to that point, especially playing both sides of the ball. He's averaging 20. In the last few months, he's averaging damn near 24. So it depends on what you see his impact on winning is, and can he play the point guard position and allow Kyrie to be the just the scoring guard that his natural position is. I mean, Kyrie, Kyrie, James Harden, it works as long as they're healthy or COVID ain't working. Kyrie, LeBron, that works. We've seen him get to a finals and win championships. What happened? That point forward aspect. Coop seems like he's going to be a better ball handler than LeBron James, taking the ball up the court. Right now, LeBron's passing is significantly better, but I mean, Coop looked like his ball handle is going to be way better than LeBron's. So I see what Jason Kidd is doing. I'm one of the people that was advocating for Jason Kidd when he put Cooper Flag in that position. People want to say it's dumb to put Cooper Flag into the point guard position, throw him in the point guard position when he came in. But when he came in, you came to a team that lost its best two scorers. With he came in playing point guard with a team that didn't have Kyrie Irving, that didn't have Anthony Davis. Okay, those are your two best scorers. Any point guard is going to struggle when you don't have your two best scorers. Ask anybody that plays the game of basketball. Okay, now it's no coincidence when other people start taking up the scoring mantle, and even Coop started knowing how to score more, that the point guard play became so much more easier for him. I think that's the move. Having Coop work on his point guard play and have him being a 6'9" point guard. Just with this NBA, I don't see why not. He has the skills to do it. Um, get rid of. I mean, next year if they do that, then I mean, the Mavericks. What do they have? They have at the shooting guard position Max Christie. You can't really give me too many young shooters better than Max Christie. You got Con Knipple. Talking about under 25. It's really Max Christie's right there as far as shooters. You got Klay Thompson, championship veteran experience, back and door that. I mean, think about the center position for the Mavericks. All right, Derek Lively been hurt. He just had season-ended injury, and then you got Daniel Gafford, Marvin Bagley. Now, I mean, that's pretty stacked. As stacked as anybody can get at the center position. Okay, you got that. You got the three position. You got goddamn PJ Washington. Najee Marshall's been amazing. Ain't too many slashers with float game that's been good as Najee Marshall this year. And now you got Chris Middleton. I mean, it's kind of hard, in my opinion, to start just getting rid of a player like Kyrie Irving. I mean, I think this team is now they're even more equipped to win, especially if Coop comes back and makes that sophomore jump the way other people expect him to do, the way I expect him to do. I think these guys can be legitimate contenders next year, next season, with a healthy Cooper Flag at the point guard, Kyrie Irving at shooting guard, Max Christie at the three, I think PJ Washington or Najee Marshall playing the four position, and then on defense, Coop will be playing more for those guys or whatever. Once he beefs up, and then you have one that center tandem between probably Lively. That's what people are saying. With Gafford and back. Oh my goodness, this team. whether you realize it or not, is stacked. They just missing their closer and had a lot of health problems this year. I think they should keep this team together. I've made a firm decision on that because I think next year depends on Coop. Coop makes any significant jump. If he jumps from 20 to 20 points to 26 points, I think this team can be legitimate contenders with a healthy roster. I mean, anybody's going to stink. They missed their best two players coming to the season for the whole season. Yeah, they lost AD, Kyrie for the whole season. You know, AD barely played. Kyrie ain't played at all. You lose Joker and Murray for a whole season, they're not going to be contenders. You lose SGA, Jaylen Brown the whole year, they're not going to be contenders. You lose LeBron and Luka Doncic. Austin Reeves can't carry that team to be contenders. Okay, um, Jamal Murray, Jokic. It's not a chance those guys are contenders. That's anybody in the West. So you can't look at it through the eyes of what it's been. You gotta look at the eyes of what it is. And as far as face of the league, things make a difference. Who you are make a difference. I now see that history is being overtaken by a lot of people's weak statistics and how they look at the game through statistics, whatever. Um, I've talked about this before. I'm talking about it again. One of the things that I don't like that I keep seeing is how many people have Tim Duncan ranked over Kobe Bryant in this whole debate about who's the better. To say Tim Duncan is better than Kobe Bryant, you can have your opinions, but y'all was quiet as hell back when Kobe was playing. Back when Kobe was playing, I ain't hear that shit at all. Okay? When Kobe was playing, it was Kobe or LeBron. That's what people were saying. And before LeBron got good, it was Kobe and you argue T Mac. T Mac health didn't last, but it was Kobe and Bron, man. People wasn't talking about Tim Duncan. Yeah, he even Tim Duncan's championships. We get it. There was a lot of people that sacrificed so Tim Duncan can be great. Okay, Kobe won championships and he was the best. And I got in an argument with people about who the best player in the NBA. I never heard anybody say Tim Duncan. Never. Now all of a sudden, we 15 years removed, 20 years removed from that era, and it's like everybody want to put Tim Duncan in front of Kobe. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? You know, I think people look people look back and they start looking at certain things like how many threes a person made or whatever. If you go back and look at the games, the eras, the games, you go back and look at the games, it's not even close, man. Come to the end of the game, man, you want that ball in Kobe Bryant's hands. You want the game in Kobe Bryant's hands. You didn't want it on Tim Duncan's hands. Tim Duncan, while he was great, there was a system. It was a system that was run wonderfully. Can't argue that Greg Popovich is one of the best coaches of all time or whatever. And he came into that he ran that place in a system where we all know between the two, between Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich is a better coach. Phil Jackson is a great player manager, especially star manager. I mean, Greg has controlled and invented different stars to be able to fit in the system. It's not the same thing. When you got players like Miles Ginobili that'll be stars on other teams, will be the guy on other teams coming off the bench, sacrificing and whatever to make Tim Duncan look great. I mean, Kobe Kobe was great, and I hate how people forget how great Kobe was. I mean, Tim Duncan, great player. He never was never better than Kobe Bryant. Never. You know, rookie year, but outside of when they first start winning championships, it's not even close. Kobe Bryant has been a better player than Tim Duncan, And honestly, him being the carrying the league, I mean, I know it doesn't have everything to do with it, but he carried the league and was a winner as far as when Jordan left. He carried it and was a winner. So get out of here with the people saying Tim Duncan is better than Kobe Bryant. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Okay. Yeah. Kobe was a way better offensive player. Defense, they give so much. I realized something too. They gave no credit to defense to like people outside the center position prior to 2010. They start giving people way more credit on perimeter defense. Kobe Bryant was always on a defensive team. Okay, Tim Duncan, while great, while great at being defense, like Kobe was a much better player offensively, and let's not forget Kobe was always on a defensive team, and nobody respected defense. We want to talk about the defense of the perimeter. You want to talk about Tim Duncan's defense in the paint? It was great, but Kobe Bryant was top of the league at perimeter, and it just wasn't respected the way perimeter defense is respected now. You know, now people like Kawhi get his flowers and stuff like that. So I'm over it. I'm over it. It's not the same. These guys are not better than Kobe, bro. So go back, you little nerds, and go back and look at all stats or whatever. They look at stats. One thing they don't want to look at is true shooting percentage. Because Kobe's is right there with Tim's. It's not what you think it is. And Kobe took a lot of shots that he had to take. Guys stunk. When Shaq left, guys fucking stunk, man. Kobe didn't have no choice for the chunk up shots. You can't just look at those percentages. And he go 50, 40. What are we talking about, bro? I'm done. I'm done.